share peace to the gods and goddesses, peace to all my high vibrational beings. So we're gonna talk a little bit about these soul contracts and generational curses. All right. Now I was making a video earlier. Now excuse me, also I'm eating me some fruit. But I was watching a video or I was making a video earlier, and was getting this download, and like essentially the ancestors was like, nigga, fuck that video you making, because that's not important right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I was sitting there like, damn, like, you feel me? I was like, damn, nigga, okay, shit, all right, well, what I was supposed to do? So I had to listen, you feel me, and really just take in that download and shit. So I want to talk about generational curses and my bad, this shit good as hell. But so with generational curses, man, and I'm over here trying to talk all of me. With generational curses, one thing I want a lot of people to understand is that it is not always karma. All right. So this also goes in with the soul contracts. All right. Because now with soul contracts, we know, like, we came down here for a specific reason. All right. For a specific purpose. That's why we have the gifts we have. That's why all of these things. All right. So, to come down here, we have to sign the soul contract. All right. And we sign these contracts with these contracts, that is why everybody, I will say this, everybody does not sign a soul contract, all right? Because some people don't have the purpose to lead in this war. Some people have the purpose to be in this war, to fight in this war, but they might not be, you know what I'm saying? That's why you have ascended masters and you have rising ascended masters. So some of y'all that had these soul contracts, y'all wrote in these soul contracts like things to help wake you up. You know what I'm saying? Like triggers, like things that may be said, things that may be done to put you in that awakening, all right? To help you awaken even quicker, and just things of that nature. So when it comes to these contracts are also known as manifestation, all right? So you need to understand everything you do is a cosmic contract. So when you decide to give your energy, say for example, you like to listen to low vibrational ass music, right? You sitting there like, oh yeah, I'm finna listen to some Moneybagg, yo. I'm finna sit there and listen to some Lil Baby. I'm finna sit there and all of these low vibrational ass rappers, you feel me? Young boys, they're all of these niggas, right? And by listening to that music, you are now giving that your energy. All right. Now remember, we spoke about manifestation. When you listen, everything you think, everything you do will be. All right. So the things that you do will happen to you. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that. As simple as that, y'all. And the things that you do will happen to you. You feel me? You are everything you do, everything you say, everything you think is a form of manifestation. So when you listen to this music, you're giving it your energy. So now you are manifesting these things in your life. But see, what a lot of people don't understand is you are now signing a contract. So even though you are manifesting these things, all right, you have now signed this contract with these lower vibratory motherfucking beings. And you got to fulfill that contract. You can't just walk out on that contract because you don't like the terms and conditions no more. So you got to really think about it. It's as above, so below. You sign this contract. You put yourself in this motherfucker. All right. So say for example, you listening to this low vibrational music. You just signed that contract with that. You feel me? You have signed that contract to give your energy to that. So now, and you have signed up for the repercussions You feel me? And the essentially the shit in fine print. You know what I'm saying? The little fine print shit that you ain't read when you signed up for that shit. So now you like, hold up, what the fuck going on? Now you trying to revert, all right? So say for example, you like, all right, boom, you stop listening to some of that music, you start changing the music you listen to and shit, but you realize that a lot of these things are still going on. A lot of the stuff that was going on while you was listening to that music is still going on now that you even changed the music. And it's because you signed that contract. That contract is not fulfilled yet. All right? So you got to understand, you signed yourself up for that shit. It's still happening because, nigga, you put yourself on the fucking roster. Fuck you talking about? Stop being a goofy. You know what I'm saying? Stop standing there being so gullible for this goofy ass music that they put into you. Stop being so susceptible to all of this shit. These are things you were signing yourself up for. So, and that goes with a lot of different other things. And what you have to understand is these contracts go deeper than just a contract of coming down here. All right? So you got you have generational curses. All right? Now, like I said, these generational curses tie in with it. They go hand in hand. Because a lot of people are just like, oh yeah, they just used to religion shit. So when they think of generational curse, they think of essentially like karma. Like you doing this shit and say you got anger problems. And they be like, oh yeah, it passed down to your child, and we breaking all generational curses, woo woo woo. Like I said, my parents is pastors. I know all about the shit. So that's what they mean when they say generational curses, just karmic shit. Generational karma. You feel me? You putting this shit out so it's gonna come back. And it doesn't always come back for you. It also can come back for your children. All right? So, you know what I'm saying? Look. It's crazy, man. So, boom. You get into knowing that, okay, generational curses can be the karma that you have put out there, whether it's your karma or your granddaddy's, your great-granddaddy's, your grandmama, whatever the case may be. So, a lot of people have to understand generational curses, all right, can really be, they sometimes they really are real-life curses that were put on you, all right? Now, before we get into that fully, I just want to say, right, with these contracts that we were talking about, one thing I want to say is these contracts go on all the way to today. And we have to understand that, like, as above, so below. We have to understand duality. So even though some of our ancestors, you know what I'm saying, they weren't all good. All of our ancestors didn't always do good. You feel me? Like, some of us have ancestors that went against the grain. And, you know what I'm saying, they let's be real. We gonna keep it real with you. I know there was a couple of my ancestors that was house niggas. That was on some fuck shit. You dig what I'm saying? Like, I ain't finna sit here and be all in my ego. Oh no, all my ancestors, every single one of my ancestors. Nah, some of them was doing some fuck shit too. I already know. You know what I'm saying? I tapped into my karma that I'm dealing with, and I'm dealing with karma from some of my ancestors doing some fuck shit. So it's like, we gotta understand, it wasn't just them folks doing some fuck shit sometimes. You feel me? So, boom. I need y'all to understand, these contracts, you have, I'm gonna use some shit, for example, that can really, that can relate to y'all, because a lot of people have heard about this stuff. They just don't know what's going on. Motherfuckers think it's time traveling shit. It's not that, right? So you seen these pictures of like Jay-Z, Eddie Murphy, a bunch of different celebrities that there are pictures of them from like the 1700s, 1800s, and early 1900s, to where if these pictures were real, these motherfuckers would be dead or they would be old as hell, right? So And I know a whole bunch of people seen these pictures. Like, a lot, bro. A lot of people have seen these fucking pictures, bro. Like, they have gone around so much. All of that. I mean, I'm gonna put it as I'm gonna try to find the pictures and put it as my little what they call that shit, thumbnail for the video. I'm gonna try to find one of the pictures and put it as a thumbnail. So these soul contracts, these contracts that people have been signing for generations, all right? You need to understand these pictures are really them, all right? So that picture of Jay-Z all the way back in the day, like before they had color in the pictures and shit, the nigga had that little hat on and shit, that's really him. That's really him. What happened is he signed a contract, just like a lot of these other celebrities. They have been in the body that they are in for a very, very long time because they have made deals and signed contracts. Not with the what we like to call the industry. No, I'm speaking of cosmic contracts. They did witchcraft and things of that nature to conjure up these negative low vibrational beings to gain riches, all right? To gain success, to gain all of these things, generational wealth, all of these things, fame. Why do you think Jay-Z has never had like nothing go wrong? Like, bro has never had a failed business. This nigga has never had a failed album, never had a failed, like this nigga, everything he has ever done has been nothing but top tier success. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not sitting here saying nobody can be successful, but nothing you have done has ever gotten backlash. This nigga has nothing has ever put schmut on his name. Even people that came out and said some crazy shit that Jay-Z has done, it has never tarnished him. It has never affected him ever. Why is that? Because of these contracts. Like I said, these contracts they will be fulfilled, but there will be repercussions. That is why he has had to sacrifice people. That is why a lot of these artists have had to make these sacrifices, because that is a part of the contract that they signed. You know what I'm saying? Centuries ago. These motherfuckers had signed a contract 200 years ago. You know what I'm saying? For everlasting life and things of that nature. And when they sign that contract, they get that exactly what they signed up for. But now they got to do this other shit. Now they have to do these things to serve these beings that gave them these powers, if you will, that granted their wishes and things of that nature. I'm telling you. So that is why bro, I'm telling you, those pictures is real life. So these contracts these contracts that they are signing, I need you to understand that is how, remember, we talked about on one of my other videos, the 1%, the people that govern the America with 3 Ks, the Vatican, the royals, you know what I'm saying? The reptilians, the Pleiadians, the motherfuckers that's in the quote-unquote US government, the Chinese government, they are all using cosmic law, because you have never really been taught cosmic law. They have known cosmic law because half of them are not from this. They are not from this motherfucker, nigga. These niggas are reptilians and shit that came down here. They are cosmic pirates. They look for motherfucking planets and realms to take over and do exactly what they are doing here. So they know all about this cosmic shit. They don't know as much as we know, but they know. Like, and when I say they don't know as much as we know, I'm talking about like within us, because a lot of us have forgotten a lot of this shit. So now they do know more than we know. We just haven't remembered everything yet. You feel me? So they are using cosmic law. That's why they are able to stay in the positions that they are in. All right. That's why if you go do your research, go look up these people that are in Congress. Go look up these people that are U.S. government officials. Go look them up. Go look up their ancestry, bro. It's gonna tell you that these folks come from fucking slave masters, nigga. Literally, if you go look up, there was somebody on TikTok who actually did it, and he made a video about it and everything. But he looked up all of these different people, and it said right there that you can look it up and read it for yourself, that over 75% of the Congress, over 75% of the U.S. officials that are in high places in the U.S. Government, they are descendants of slave owners. Go look it the fuck up. This is real shit. I ain't gonna tell you to go look up something you ain't gonna fucking find. The fuck? What the fuck would be the point of that? You know what I'm saying? This is real life shit that you can find right now. Go look on the internet. You can even go look up U.S. officials that are descendants of slave masters. You can look up as simple as that, and it'll literally show you, nigga. Go look that shit up. That is why it has been like that, because they are using universal law. So with universal law, because these contracts coincide, they coincide with universal law. You have the right to connect with whatever fucking being, whether low vibrational or high vibrational. You have that right. Free will. That is universal law. Free will. As long as you are not, because there are, you have free will, but you can't go against universal law. Like, you really have to understand, right? Because just like Zeus, he had free will to create, but he then used, he started killing the animals that we were creating to create. You're not supposed to kill to create. You can create just organically. You don't have to kill something, use, you know what I'm saying? That's not how it works. So that's how he went against, you feel me? That's how he went against universal law, even though he was still using his freedom to create and his free will, right? So, but also you have free will, so you can go against the law. You can do that because you have the power to do so. You dig? So, they are doing these contracts, conjuring up, because you have to understand, one thing they don't tell you is that a lot of these slave owners were warlocks, all right, and their wives were witches. That's what a lot of people don't know. All right, that's because they were using our traditions. They found out about our magic, and so they started. That is why they would sacrifice us and shit like that, is because they were witches and warlocks. So you have to understand, inside of their houses, they had these little things that they would, you know what I'm saying, exact for their spells and all of this shit. They had their altars and shit like that in they houses. You feel me? Like, when we talk about, when we say house, nigga, that has such a deeper meaning than you think. The nigga that told on the slaves in the barn so he got an extra piece of cornbread. It means it's so deep. It's so much deeper than that. It's so much deeper than that. So you need to understand, these slave masters, these slave owners, what they was doing was they would be in the house conjuring up these evil spirits, these negative low vibrational spirits, and they were signing these contracts for generational wealth. You know what I'm saying? For success, for a lifetime of success, to live a longer life. All of these things. So even just like the pictures I was telling y'all about these different actors and shit like that, and comedians that you can find pictures of that are 200 years old, and it's an exact picture of these people. Same shit with the fucking slave masters, nigga. Go look up nigga, I'm telling you, you go look at these people in Congress and shit, and you go look at these old pictures of the motherfucking slave masters, nigga, I bet money you gonna see some of them in them pictures. Cause they did the same shit that niggas like Eddie Murphy and them did. Signed these contracts for more life, more success, all of this shit. Now see, then we go into generational curses. You need to understand, a lot of these people have generational curses because of these contracts that you have signed. Just like I said, the fine print, some of the fine print is that you know what I'm saying, in 4 generations, your descendants, the firstborn, you know what I'm saying, is going never be able to, is never going to be able to experience true love. Like, say that's an example, right? That's a generational curse. That is a real life generational curse. So now that you sign this contract, now in 4 generations, this curse will start. So it won't start your next generation. It won't start that one. It won't start that. But the 4th one, that's when it starts. And the firstborn son will, you know what I'm saying? Those are generational curses that are real as fuck. You have to understand that's where a lot of this karmic shit comes from. It's not that you did it. It's not literate, because a lot of people are dealing with karma from shit that they have done, but it is not always from shit you did. Sometimes it is from contracts that your forefathers or your ancestors, because remember, this goes for white people and us. So remember, they have forefathers. They don't have ancestors. I don't give a fuck what you say. If you think you got ancestors and you a Caucasian, you stupid as fuck. I ain't even gonna cap with you, nigga. You got forefathers. Let's keep it a buck in this bitch. You feel me? So whether your forefathers or your ancestors did this shit, that's you know what I'm saying? That's what a lot of us are actually dealing with. You know what I'm saying? That is the karma that we are dealing with, is the repercussions of this contract. Now this contract has come into effect, and now it's fucking up these generations. You know what I'm saying? So, but a lot of people don't know about that shit. Like, generational curses goes deeper than just pent up emotions. You know what I'm saying? Like, in church, they make you think your generational curses is just like pent up emotions that your daddy had. He never dealt with. He never came to terms to these emotions. So now they've got passed down to you, and now you dealing with them. That's what people think generational curses is. No, it's motherfucking the fact that your ancestors or your forefathers was conjuring up negative beings, signing these contracts for fame, for money, for whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? And because a lot of people don't understand that, remember, when we were slaves, we weren't just motherfucking hoes. They wasn't just taking us away from our peoples and just like, get on the boat. No, nigga, we were slaves of war. We were beating the fuck out these white folk, and when they would capture us during war, then they would enslave us. So you have to understand that a lot of our ancestors, after being enslaved, then did whatever they could. You know what I'm saying? Because first of all, they were filled with hatred because of what the white man did to them and their family and their people. But also, they were desperate to get the fuck out. So some of them would sacrifice some shit. You know what I'm saying? Go to the backwoods. Look, bro, I'm telling you. And I know this shit for a fact, nigga, because one of my past lifetimes, I was Duddy Bookman. Go look into Duddy Bookman. That was one of my past lifetimes, Duddy Bookman. That's why I know this shit for a fact, bro, because I seen this shit, bro. I seen them doing that shit, bro. They would take an animal to the motherfucking woods late at night. They would leave the barn, you know what I'm saying? And they would go, because that's when they would also have meetings. You know what I'm saying? We would have meetings back in the day. And we would all meet up in the woods and shit like that to try to start the revolution. And that is how the Haitian Revolution started. But see, people was desperate to get the fuck out of slavery. So what they did was take animals, all of this shit, sacrifice these animals to conjure up these evil spirits to then wish for their freedom. But then they had to sign that contract. So now generations down the line, their great grandson dealing with this fucking bullshit. All because instead of having faith in his motherfucking people, instead of knowing his people was going to get them out of this, instead of working with his people, he wanted to sign these contracts with these negative motherfucking low vibrational beings. And now you were dealing with the repercussions. So that is why some of us have these things going on, because some of our ancestors, like I said, all our ancestors weren't just doing the best shit. We dealing with some shit that our ancestors did as well. You feel me? Like, we gotta understand that. We gotta get out of our pride and stop being like, oh yeah, we the only one. They the only ones that got karma. No, nigga, we got karma from our ancestors too. For every good, there is evil. Duality, yin and yang. As above, so below. However you want to motherfucking term it out. However you want to put it in terms, nigga. You feel me? Like, oh damn, she crying. She mad enough. But I'm trying to tell you, man. Like, people don't realize this shit. So it's like, a lot of these things you are dealing with is because of this of this shit that they did. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I unlocked one of my past lives. I know I was Duddy Bookman, nigga. Like, I can't, like, literally since I learned about Duddy Bookman and started doing meditation on the Haitian Revolution and shit, like, I can see that shit in my, bro, I'm telling you, like, that's one shit that I unlocked that I'm like, that's crazy, bro. Because I just be thinking about that shit every day. Every day, something about the Haitian Revolution really just pop in my head. And I'm like, damn, I can't believe we was doing that shit. I can't believe they did that shit to me, boy. You know what I'm saying? That's why I know I'm a fucking chief in this bitch. That's why I know I'm here to lead this revolution as well. As right beside a lot of our other leaders. Right beside a lot of our other chiefs and generals. You feel me? Like, I was a voodoo high priest, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, go do your research on Duddy Bookman, bro. That's why I've always been so pro voodoo, so pro hoodoo. Because when you go down to the motherfucking real shit of it, the organic part of it, before the colonizers fucked it up and switched it up and made people confused and technology and misinformation and propaganda with the voodoo and hoodoo, we were doing that shit using just dancing. We were doing that shit just using vibrations and instruments and shit like that. That's what you have to understand. We weren't over here killing goats and chickens and using motherfucking animal blood. We were not doing that, nigga. That is an inorganic way to connect. That is an inorganic way to connect to two different beings. You have to understand that. That is not organic. An organic way is through vibration, through motion. All right? Emotion. Energy in motion. I'm telling you, man. I need you to really, you feel me? So, we have to understand that, you know what I'm saying, a lot of us are dealing with these generational curses because of they are simply a part of this contract that somebody in our bloodline signed up for. You know what I'm saying? And the craziest part is, like, they signed these contracts and they didn't even get, like, okay, for example, say somebody signed this contract, they conjured up this being, signed this contract to get success. And they only have success in that lifetime. It's not that they have generational success to where every generation is going to be rich and successful. No, nigga, they got generational success. And now every generation after that is cursed. That is where a lot of people are dealing with this shit and they don't know where to look. So now you think that you got just some regular karma and you over here trying to do this shit for karma. And you don't understand you are actually dealing with generational curses. So now you need to go fight that shit out. Nigga, you gotta go, nigga, you better go get your contract. Nigga, you better be the motherfucking spiritual lawyer in this bitch. Walking that bitch. So my great granddaddy, he signed this shit, right? And I found out about this motherfucking contract and I'm being affected by this motherfucker. So we need to find out how to avoid this shit because I'm not condoning to this. I'm not getting none of this and I don't condone to any low vibrational motherfucking connections. But people don't know, you dig what I'm saying? People don't know how deep the shit gets sometimes, man. So it's like, I just want y'all to understand what it is that you are dealing with sometimes. Because sometimes, like I said, a lot of shit be deeper than you think. So, my bad, y'all. That man go good in a bit. That man go good in a bit, y'all. My bad. But I just need everybody to understand that. Real shit. Because the more you understand that, then the more you can start to meditate and look into if you have any generational contracts that were signed. Because when you start looking into that, you will start to tap into certain things. And you be like, damn, hold up, nigga, I found out 6 generations before me, my granddaddy signed some bullshit, boy. You know what I'm saying? Brett signed some bullshit with them folks, and now I'm dealing with the repercussions, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit, I'm telling y'all, that shit is real as fuck. You gonna do it one day, and you gonna be like, nigga, you gonna hit me up, nigga. So look, I thought you was bullshit, right? So I was like, look, let me check it out, G. Let me check it out. Nigga, tell me why I meditated on that shit, nigga. I found out my grandmama, I found out my this and that. I found out my great uncle did this. Now you see, it's more than just karma. It's more than just, oh, he did that. No, it's he agreed to that. I'm telling you, you better go study cosmic law, all of these things, because boy, you're gonna need to go to the cosmic courtroom to motherfucking void that contract out. I'm being real with you. I'm using it in like worldly terms, 3-dimensional terms, just so you can like get the grasp of it. Because this is a real life contract. Your ass gonna need to go to motherfucking cosmic court, just like they got divorce court, they got family court, they got motherfucking felony court, whatever the fuck it is, criminal court. Your ass better go to cosmic court. And you better study your cosmic law. Go get the cosmic, you know what I'm saying? Go meditate, go and read the cosmic law book, and go to the cosmic courtroom. Void that contract out. You better go void that bitch out. I'm telling you. Because the thing is, there are so many, people don't realize there are so many loopholes in these low vibrational beings contracts, because they are just trying to scheme shit. So they're not fully paying the fuck attention to a lot of these details. So you gotta know the contract to know how to get out the contract. I'm just being real with you, bro. I'm keeping it buck 50 with you, G. I'm keeping it about 50 with you. You dig what I'm saying? Like, but motherfuckers be too stupid. Motherfuckers is too gullible. Motherfuckers is too used to this bullshit ass way of living. Motherfuckers is used to being tormented and motherfucking tortured throughout their motherfucking life, nigga. So they don't think to, hold up, let me look into this shit, nigga, because this shit is not normal. I shouldn't have to be going through these motherfucking feelings and shit every day. I shouldn't have to be feeling like this all the time. I shouldn't have to be dealing with this shit all the time. So you need to go figure this shit out. But see, motherfuckers, people are just too